Hello, everybody, and welcome into Off the Boards. I am Josh. Down there is Ethan. Over there is Ryan. Together, we are all off the boards. Ryan's always pointing at me, trying to one-up me. Ryan doesn't realize I'm in a corner. I'm at an angle. You know how hard it is? My monitor is not like straight flush with me. I have to look at it. It's my second monitor.
Josh.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yes, there's some interesting hockey news this week, but I want to start first by saying the Leafs and Canucks played one of the craziest hockey games I've ever seen on the weekend, and Thatcher Demko is really good. He's really fucking good. What can I say? Like the Leafs didn't even play bad.
Keep to the lead.
I mean, the Leafs didn't even play bad. The guy had 52 stops or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to see. Yeah.
That's insane.
3-2 game, you know, close, but yeah, 50. He stopped 51 of 53. Jesus Christ, and that's against the Leafs.
Wow, okay.
Man, respect to Demko, but you know the Leafs kind of made up for it, and they got to beat up on the Kraken last night. So I think it was 6-2 was the final score.
Because
Man, the Kraken are so much worse than I thought they were gonna be. It's not even close.
they really are. I mean, I think everyone's got really hype
Yeah.
about Vegas, and kind of like threw that in to the next one because Vegas is so good in the first year.
Mm-hmm. That was me. I was one of
they
those
just
people.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, Vegas did like have a pretty solid roster.
Yeah.
When they picked, like, James Neal was one of those guys that's really produced and became like a superstar.
Yeah.
And William Carlson came out of nowhere, but
What
Vegas
was-
is really good at turning like third liners into top tier players.
Yeah. When it's like, I mean, that's the thing. After watching Seattle's draft, I was like, man, it seems like the strategy seems similar to Vegas's. Like, I was like, you know, the roster, well, minus the fact that they picked the tallest guys in the draft. That to me was the kind of funniest thing in the world.
Sure.
Why? Like, why? But, man, getting off the Kraken for a minute. We're going to talk about the Olympics at some point today because we got to give the Canadian women's team some credit, but I want to just bring this up to you guys first, okay? So apparently, Vegas is trying to get Marc-Andre Fleury back in a Knights uniform. Now, if they have to trade for Marc-Andre Fleury, and they have to pay, like, they have to actually pay something for him, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna actually cry. Because that's the funniest thing in the world to me. You go crawling back to the team that you traded him to nothing, let me remind everyone. They traded him for nothing again, and they might have to actually offer them something to make them take a trade.
Josh, that was a rumor. GM Kelly McCrimmon, GM of the Vegas Golden Knights, when asked about it, said there's absolutely no credence to the rumor at all. I wouldn't normally speak officially on such things, but there will be so much racket about this. It's important to let people know that that's not going to happen.
No, well, I guess I just got busted.
So,
Oof.
don't believe everything you read in the internet, kids.
That's actually, you know what? Fair enough.
That's an important lesson here.
You know, sticking on Vegas, we got some news. Mark Stone got put on LTIR, meaning that cleared up. How much? 9.2? Is that what his contract is right now?
Enough for Eichel.
Yeah, cleared up enough money for Mr. Jack Eichel. So, news flash to anyone that's been living under a rock: Jack Eichel is playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Man, the Buffalo Sabres.
First game.
How did Buffalo mess this up so bad? Like, I don't even feel bad.
Sports team, what do you think?
Yeah, but my team doesn't get screwed over like the Sabres do. Yeah, but the Pagulas don't. The Pagulas just go hands-off approach in football. They're hands-on in hockey, and it doesn't work. They need to like actually let the team do its own thing.
Yeah.
I blame the Pagulas. I don't blame. I mean, the Bills, I don't want to talk about the Bills very long, but the best general manager in the NFL, man. That guy's crazy. Brandon Beane. Great guy. But, yeah, so Jack Eichel is going to play tomorrow, and so what do you guys think? How do you guys think he's going to do? What do you guys think is going to happen? Is he going to score a goal? Is he going to get some points?
5 goals. 5 goals, 10 points.
Is it in Vegas? Is the game in Vegas? Because if it's in Vegas, I might take Ryan's bet.
Sure. I know they're playing Colorado though.
Oh, okay, wow. Yeah, so 10 points, right? 10 points
In Vegas. In Vegas.
You know what? Anything is possible. Kevin Garnett taught me that. Did I say Garnett? I meant Garnett.
10.5 points over.
Yeah, I'll take that bet.
I'll take the over, yeah.
Well, you know, since
Yeah,
we're
I'll
not,
take over, he says.
now since we're talking about betting odds.
Settler who?
What?
Daryl Settler who?
Bill Sittler who?
Yeah, Settler who?
You know, we're talking about betting odds. You know who's got crazy high betting odds? The women's Canadian hockey team, who keeps blowing out their opponents by like 6 every game, and the line keeps going up. I think the last time I checked, the line was like Canada plus like 8.5, and I was like, what? And the thing is, that's a solid bet. Like, I would take that. That's hilarious to me.
All of that, dude. It's a good, honestly.
They're undefeated right now. The only game that they had that might have been close was the game against America, where they still won 4-2.
Yeah.
I think, didn't they have like 9 different players with goals the other night in that 11-goal game?
Probably.
Like that's crazy.
I mean, it's crazy to think about. But then again, it's women's hockey. It is. I have never seen a sport so utterly dominated by 2 teams.
This is
America and Canada, between the Olympics and the World Championships, the gold medal game has been Canada versus Canada versus the US, all but twice. And those 2 times, the team that was there won gold, the other team won bronze. Like, it is utter domination in women's hockey, and no other countries can really compete.
But the thing is, it's surprising to me that we're so much better than America right now. Like, like it's normally closer. Like the game, but like that game where they won 4-2, to me it didn't even look close. Like I was just like, they're blowing them out. Like this is, you know, I've been impressed. I think that you know it will be a shock if they don't take gold. At least I would be shocked, especially when. I think they didn't. Wasn't the game against Sweden the other night where they won 11-0? Wasn't that like a record-breaking game?
I have no idea.
Oh well, I think it was. It might have been
super close session.
Fair enough. I mean, the men's side. I mean, Team Canada's okay. You know, you get to watch guys like Eric Stahl and Jason Demers. You know, yay.
Eric Stahl might be the biggest name in the Olympics this year, which is kind of crazy to think about in 2022.
Yeah.
Pavel Datsyuk playing for Russia?
No. Their best player, I think, is Vadim Shipchyov.
Owen Power is there, but I guess he doesn't really count as a big name yet.
Owen Power, Mason Savage.
Yeah, but they're not bigger names than Eric Stahl.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
You know, the one thing I'll say about Team America for the men, they have 17 guys who are NCAA players.
Yeah.
Why didn't Team Canada take more junior guys? Like they could have taken Bedard, they didn't. Like, you know.
Like
they could have taken.
Just didn't want to go.
Wright?
I wouldn't say that. They probably didn't want to go, but.
Let's say Shane Wright. Like you could take guys like that, like up and coming guys who you know are probably going to be good, especially if you know America's loading up with young guys. Because no offense.
I think the other problem is Canadian players want to make the NHL, and they know that they will. And they'll be star players, especially for a lot of them. So then, rather than going and playing, especially after last season where they didn't get to play juniors like at all, this year is so much more important for the draft stock, right? So maybe played a factor, maybe not. And I think Hockey Canada knew that and probably was trying to focus on other guys. Especially, the other idea is focus on older players, have a little more experience for the Olympics, which isn't a bad idea. I don't know which would be better. I think younger players would be more exciting, but I don't know if it'd be better.
Well, that's the thing. The only reason I say that is because like I said, no offense to Eric Stahl, but these NCAA guys are gonna skate circles around him. Like they're just gonna be that slow. Yeah, but I mean, like I'm pretty sure that the men they're beating up on all the bad teams. But you want to know what's more surprising for me than Team Canada's roster selection? The fact that Team China is still getting blown out. Like I thought that they would maybe make things close, but they're getting destroyed. Like this kid, I know, but this team's been playing in the KHL. Probably what this? Are we gonna say the second best professional hockey league? Like second hardest? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like there are some good athletes in there, right?
The number two shot league.
Yeah, and so they're playing in the second highest league, but yet they get to the Olympics and they're getting beat by Eric Stahl and Team Canada. And I think it was 6-0 was that game, or 5-1, or 6-1. It was something like that. Like
here's the biggest problem, Josh. We say that it's the biggest second base hockey league in the world, and they were playing for what? Kunlun Red Star.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, Kunlun Red Star is dead last in the KHL.
What's the record?
And it's not close.
What is the record?
9-39. 9-39. Minus 97 goal differential.
I was about to say, did they show the goal difference? I really wanted to hear that. So, good to know.
Next is 15-34 minus 62. Or sorry, 14-31's next closest record.
You guys want to know what we learned today? There's still a worse hockey team than the Montreal Canadiens. And it's...
Yeah, John Cloyce.
And it's what'd you say it was? The Kunendaz Red Stars?
The Kunlun Red Stars, Josh, you racist.
How is that
Chinese?
How is that
it's
racist?
Chinese, Josh.
How is that racist?
You're like Kunendaz.
I said what I heard. I'm sorry. I didn't think that would be racist. Ryan.
I don't know.
Guy.
Josh. Racist, sexist, I don't know.
Whoa! Bro, don't paint me in a bad light on this fucking podcast, man. I have a straight...
I will grant that you are not homophobic. At the very least.
You want to say that I'm not sexist and racist, please?
Josh, he's not sexist and racist, everybody. Don't worry, Josh.
Thank you.
I apologize.
I was about to say, bro, like, this is slander. I'm about to take Ryan to court for slander.
Slander.
No.
It is slander. This is not written.
Hey man, I could probably take the video to court and be like, this guy is saying slander about me, and then they're gonna be like, well, who posted the video? And I'll be like, me, and they're gonna be like, well, you did it to yourself. You could have admitted that.
Yeah.
What can I say? I'm a loose cannon sometimes. We didn't get to talk to Ethan about this last week, but I just real quick. Ethan, Trevor Zegras got robbed, right? Yeah, I mean, what's that guy's name? Ryan? Was it Jon Snow? Is that who it was?
John Hamm.
Oh,
John Hamm gave him a 10, by the way, but he gave Petrangelo with 19.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He ruined it. He ruined it.
Yeah, the two guys to give Zegras a 9 by the way were Darren Waller of the Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
And Paul Coffey.
See, like,
you should know better.
I'd understand the Darren Waller thing because like he plays a different sport and he doesn't understand how hard that is maybe. But, you know, man scored a goal. Like he could have missed that. Like 9 times out of 10 you take that shot, you probably miss the net, right? Or it gets stopped. Mm-hmm. Like you don't just shoot to the only place that's open.
Yeah. Especially a shot like that. There's no way you keep the puck on your stick and then shoot it in.
Yeah, that's the craziest part to me. Is like I don't even know if he thought he was gonna be able to do that. Like, do you think that before really
while blindfolded,
yeah,
the dodgeball.
Yeah, dodging
the even hit by a dodgeball. His stick got hit by a dodgeball, by the way.
Yeah, and he kept going.
On police, and he got it.
Man, like it's so impressive, and for him to get one-upped by a kid, and I get it because it's the All-Star game, but then to get one-upped by whatever that half-ass move by Pietrangelo did, come on, man. Oh man, like it was so sad. I remember watching it, Ethan, and this lady, she was talking to Hughes and Zegras. She's like, I have the winner and runner-up here, and then she's like, oh wait, she's like, I've just been told that they actually counted Pietrangelo's 19 and Pietrangelo's the winner. And Zegras was just like, what? I was like, what? I was like, me and Ryan were in Discord and we were like, how are they counting that? How are you going to count that?
Yeah.
It's criminal, man. It's criminal if Zegras got robbed of that.
Ryan, like...
Pietrangelo missed both shots, by the way. Pietrangelo missed both shots.
Yeah. Yeah, like...
Also not enthusiastic. By far the least enthusiastic of the guys there.
Yeah! Like, you know, Ryan liked John Hamm before that.
Yeah, I did.
Now he doesn't. Now we know why.
Less. I like him less.
Wow.
Just
You know.
I like him.
just shows
I'll
he'll
take
name is
to
a
hockey,
joke,
but-
man.
I mean, I'm sure he's a stand-up guy who maybe made a mistake, but man, I don't understand how you're gonna give that a 19. I understand it's the homeboy. It's your boy. It's someone that it's your hometown team thing. But like, come on, man, come on, 19. You couldn't give him like a 12, just like a number that he wouldn't have won with, but one that where it's just like not messes up the whole scoreboard system.
Trevor Zegras should have won St. Louis Cup. I don't know.
You know what? Fair enough.
All right.
What do you got, Ryan?
Well, there's some Montreal news.
Really?
Well,
Okay.
we got quite a bit of news, Josh.
There's more?
First and foremost, Dominic Ducharme has been fired.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Dominic Ducharme is out as the Habs coach.
Yeah.
Has been replaced by none other than Martin St. Louis.
Yeah.
What
What are you doing for me now, Marty?
We have not won a game yet. I said yet because we're going to win a game.
Brian, is it gonna be the last?
John,
Is it gonna be game 82?
It'll be Thursday. He got signed as a coach, played a game that day or like the day after.
Yeah.
And then we played a game the day after that, then we had a day off, then 2 games back to back, and now he gets like 3 days off.
And those back-to-back games, let me add, were against the Columbus Blue Jackets and Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, and we only lost with 6 seconds left. We lost both those games, by the way, because of Jeff Petrie. I just want that to be noted.
How did you
I just
lose?
want to say Jeff Skinner is gone.
Yeah, apparently Jeff Skinner is revitalizing his career this year. But Ryan, what did Jeff Petrie do? I'm curious now.
Columbus. This game on Saturday, we played them a minute and a half left in the game.
Yeah.
Tie game. Go. We're looking like we're going to overtime.
Okay.
Jeff Petrie could take a fucking penalty.
Okay.
Columbus scores with 6 seconds left in the. Columbus scores with 6 seconds left in the game.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Patrick Laine.
But you lost the.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Good for him.
Get the fuck out of here.
Good for him.
Game 2.
I'm about to say you
We
lost by
played
2
Buffalo.
in the next game. Yeah, you lost 2.
One of
by
them was
2.
empty netter. One of them was empty netter.
Oh.
With like, I think it was like maybe 5-10 minutes left, maybe 6. I'll pull up the actual thing.
Yeah.
Habs vs. Sabres. Jeff Petrie, with maybe the worst turnover I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, actually though.
Like just blatant, like what did he?
Passed the puck up and put it straight to Skinner's stick, and then made no effort. He was in our zone. He passed the puck out to try to make a pass, put it right on Skinner's stick, and then it didn't even make an effort to try to stop him.
But he was just free. It's free real estate.
Absolute free real estate.
It's free real estate.
Ryan, do you want them to trade Petrie? Because I know that's
Yes.
what we're getting into here.
I want him gone by the next commercial. After he took that penalty, I want him gone by the next commercial. When they scored, I wanted him gone the next day. When we lost against Buffalo, I didn't want him back in the dressing room. I wanted him out. But we didn't trade him. But I'll get to that in a second.
Can I just
Here's
say
the good news. Here's the good news of those 3 games. We didn't win any of them.
Can I say one
Josh,
thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I just wanted to say Jeff Skinner actually is revitalizing his career. So in that season where he scored 40, his shooting percentage was 14.93, and this year it's up to 14. For reference, last year his lowest point production like ever, he was 6.5. So really turning it back on, Jeff. It's good for you. Good for you.
Way to go, buddy. Yeah. Here's the good news of those goals. Where is it? It's not the right game, sorry. I'm trying to find this game now because I need to actually see the fucking game recap.
Fair enough. Oh, the Buffalo game?
Yeah.
I have it in front of me, but I don't know if that's gonna help you or not.
How is this the show me a game from like 4 or 5 years ago now? 2015 they filmed a game from. It's not in our own, this is from 2011. Whatever. I told you my piece. here's the good news about the last 3 games.
Yeah.
We have played the best hockey we've played in months. I have not had so much enjoyment and seen the team play with this much energy since everybody was there with COVID and we were playing our AHL team. Before that, I haven't seen it since the playoffs. Like, this is the most energy. It's the most fun. It's the best hockey I've seen House play since May.
So Jeff Petrie scored a goal in that Buffalo game?
Yeah, he did. He giveth and he taketh away, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, I'm about to say... Oh, wow. Yeah, that was a tough pass. That was bad.
Yeah.
Wait, how? Okay, hold on. Past all that, how did that go in?
I don't know.
How did he let that in? That's tough.
We have Samuel Montembeau in that. Also, apparently, the last goal was not an empty netter. I thought it was, but
yeah, I'm watching it now. Jeff Skinner.
whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby, backhand roofed it. Nice shot.
Yeah, we were pretty demoralized after the last goal.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
The last goal was with like 12 minutes left. Yeah.
If you're saying that's the best hockey you've seen your team play since May, and you're still losing to the Buffalo Sabres, that is hockey.
What do you expect? Here's the really good news, though. In what was it? 5 months of Dominic Ducharme, 4 months of Dominic Ducharme, Cole Caulfield, 1 goal. In the first 2 games with Martin St. Louis, 2 goals.
And then
And actually, it was he had another that got fucking called back, but that's a whole other issue.
And then in Buffalo, he was -3.
He's not there to play defense yet, okay?
And he had 0 points. I'm just saying.
It was.
I know.
Two games before that, okay?
Yeah, here's the thing I will say is, Caulfield is still a very raw player, and Montreal, I think they put a lot of pressure on this guy. It's the media. It's like what the Toronto does. You're either gonna sink or you're gonna swim. And unfortunately, right now it seems like he might be sinking. But I don't know. I don't watch the games.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. But I think that's because nobody else on that team can score but Jeff Skinner, and they were playing against Jeff Skinner's line the entire game. Because that's why Suzuki and Toffoli are also -3. Speaking of Toffoli.
Yep.
Toffoli has been traded.
Na.
Calgary.
Na. Hey. Goodbye, Tyler.
Yeah, the trade was Tyler Toffoli for a first-round pick, a fifth-round pick, Tyler Pitlick, and the prospect Emil Heineman. Tyler Pitlick, we now have all the Pitlicks. Three Pitlick brothers. We got all.
You actually have all the Pitlick brothers now? That's hilarious.
Yeah. We have the youngest brother's rights. We have Rem Pitlick. We picked up in waivers. Tyler Pitlick we just traded for. So.
What
eat his contract.
Wait, what team did Toffoli go to again?
Calgary.
Dang. When did that trade go through? Like, was it
yesterday.
Okay, so he hasn't suited up yet.
No, but I assume he would be suiting up for the next game, which might be tonight.
It is tonight. They're playing the Blue Jackets in Calgary.
Well, then you will see.
We'll see
tonight.
how good Tyler Toffoli looks in a Calgary Flames uniform, and then Ethan will cry.
Yeah. Speaking of crying, I'm crying.
Why? Why are you crying?
Because Todd Toffoli just got traded, and I'm sad.
Are you?
He was one of our best players. He was on a great contract.
Yep.
Problem is, he's 30 years old, and we're rebuilding.
Yep. I mean,
and we can get a first for him.
Petrie's got to go. Do you guys ever trade Carey? Like, if a team calls, do you even consider it? Really? Like, never?
I think if a team calls, you listen, but there's no. I don't see a scenario we could trade him because I don't see a scenario we could get more value for him.
That's the thing, and I feel like even if a team called, they're gonna ask you guys to retain a little bit because not a lot of teams can afford to pay.
Him.
Yeah, we learned that the Florida Panthers and Bobrovsky, who is doing his typical Bobrovsky thing, being paid $10.5 million to play good again. But
I mean, we joke about goalies being paid $10.5 million, but like sometimes it is worth it. It's not quite $10.5 million, but Vasilevsky makes $9.5. Like,
This is
it's
true.
not like you can pay goalie peanuts.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm not saying that you're gonna pay a goalie peanuts, but like I was gonna say, I mean, like guys like Freddie Anderson, he's not making 8. I don't even think he's making 8 because he went to Carolina and took like no money. I think he's making like 6.5.
But he's also not the kind of goalie you're going to win up with. I don't think. Like that, I still think that's their biggest weakness to Carolina.
Yeah,
Like
he's not
going to steal the cup.
I mean, yeah, but the funniest thing about these guys, or about specifically like, oh god, how did I literally just forget who we were talking about?
Anderson.
Anderson. The thing about Anderson and Rantanen, right? Like they're like, oh yeah, injury-prone goalies. But if you look at their underlying numbers, minus Anderson's last 2 years with the Leafs, they're really good. I don't know why Anderson played so bad in Toronto last year. I really don't know because their defense was like good, and Jack carried us pretty much. But he's like, I put the whole team on my back, and then he let in a soft one against Montreal, and that kind of ended the year. But he's playing great this year. Shout out to him. But
you guys stayed in that game, stayed in that series, but.
Okay, there. Calm down. I was just. Yeah, I was just going to look at Jack's stats compared to Freddie's this year. So, this is Jack Campbell's numbers. 34 games played. He has a 2.38, a 9.21. He is 22-7-4. Freddie Anderson played in 33 games. He has a 2.04 and a 9.29. Like, what? I thought that my goalie was having a good year, and apparently not, because Freddie Anderson is probably gonna win the Vezina with those numbers, man. I'm not gonna lie, like those are pretty intimidating numbers. I don't really want to play against Carolina again this year.
Yeah.
That's tough, man. They're gonna be
doing really good this year.
I know, they're gonna be a tough team to beat in the playoffs.
Who's the goalie who's been really surprising this year to me?
Who?
Tristan Jarry.
Yeah.
He has been nuts this season for Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Which is strange because
Sure.
I didn't think he was. This is what we were gonna see from Tristan Jarry, but
yeah. I thought they'd make a mistake every time they'd switch their goalies, but it looks like Tristan Jarry might be pretty decent this year. So
37 games played, 25 wins, 8 losses, 6 overtime losses, a goals against of 2.2, and a 9.25 save percentage with 3 shutouts in tow there. I mean, I get I just want to say this. So many goalies this year have like crazy numbers. Like Bobrovsky's numbers are nuts. Anderson's numbers are nuts. Campbell's numbers are like nuts, but like they're not like nuts. Jarry's numbers are really good. Vasilevsky's putting up solid numbers. Shesterkin's putting up like.
Shesterkin's putting up absolutely insane numbers. 22 games, 2.1 goals against, and 9.37 save percentage.
There's gonna be so many good nominees for the Vezina this year. Normally every year we have like the top 3 guys who are like, these players are probably gonna win are gonna be the best goalies, so they always are.
Yeah.
And then this year, the goalies just kind of slapped us all across the face and said, hey, this league's not all about goal scoring, guys. It is about saving the puck sometimes. Like, I've never seen so many games this year where goalies have stolen the game for the team. And I love it. Well, that must be nice. I saw a goalie do it last year for a lot of games.
That's all I had for 15 years.
Hey, man.
Saturday night.
Hey, man. Yeah, I know. But, Jack Campbell wasn't playing on Saturday night. Peter Mrazek was, and he's not as good. He's okay. He's a good backup. It's kind of like a Jake Allen. Don't really want him as a starter, but, as a backup, solid option. I would have preferred them, get someone else. Cough, Linus Allmark, maybe. But no, he wanted to go to Boston.
Yeah, because he'd be a starter in Boston.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, to be fair, I didn't think he would, because I didn't think Tuukka Rask was going to be as bad as he was when he came back.
almost came back.
Well, he did. He played 4 games.
He played four games in Boston.
Yeah, he played. He was 2-2. He had a goals against of like 4 and a save percentage of like 850. I think. Like, it was brutal. His numbers were bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. He came back. He suited up. He was ready, but he's done. But
Yeah.
Solid career. Career.
He called it quits.
Hey man,
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
all true.
way it goes.
A lot of people were saying, is he Hall of Fame worthy? And to me, that's definitely a no. He's not gonna get into the Hall of Fame.
Did Edmonton hire a new coach yet? Or are they still on an interim?
I think it's still interim, but that's not surprising. But they do have a guy running the place.
Okay. I don't know if we ever talked about Edmonton firing their coach because
We did not.
They were in a down spiral. Like, they were playing bad. And have they turned it? I'm gonna look real quick. I don't know if they've turned it around yet. I mean, looks like they have. They're 7-2-1 in their past 10. They're on a 2-game win streak. They're playing in a surprisingly tough-ish division. If you look at the Pacific Division right now, it's tight. Like, which is kind of surprising, because I'm not going to say that the teams that are there are good, because if you look at how many points they have compared to the other divisions, it's not really good, but it's tight. It's way tighter than I thought it would be. Like, all the teams are within 9 points, really. Like, even the Sharks are still technically in contention. The Kraken aren't going to be there. But, I mean, the Sharks have 48 points. The Knights have 59 points, and they are the top of the division. And the Sharks are 7th. Like, they're the second worst team in the division. And I'm like, okay, wow, that's actually kind of nuts. Because if you go look at the East, the Panthers have 69 points. The Leafs were not able to use their games in hand to our advantage to catch up. I mean, we have 65 points right now, but the Lightning have 68. I think the top 3 might be locked in. The Bruins are going to be fighting for the wildcard spot, I guess, against no one. Unless the Red Wings catch them. Like,
At least you won't have to play Boston in the first one.
hey man, look, I don't want to play them, but the alternative right now is playing Tampa or Florida, and I don't know if that's much better for my mental health. I have to play against 2 tough goalies. I have to play against 2 heavy goal scoring teams. Like, Sam Bennett's got 20 goals this year. Who would have thought? What?
Bye, Leafs.
Oh,
Florida also sucks in the first round.
Yeah, that is true.
Nobody ever talks about that, but Florida is horrible in the first round.
Yeah.
So if we beat Toronto and Florida,
yeah,
that'd be my favorite series.
Florida's the only team with a longer playoff win drought than Toronto. So we'll see.
Do you guys know who the second highest point getter on Florida is right now? The Panthers.
Bruno's one. I'm gonna say, is Barkov injured?
Barkov he might be injured. He is. He played 34 games.
Is it Sam Bennett?
It is not Sam Bennett. It is actually Sam Reinhart. Sam Reinhart has 44 points in 44 games. He's plus 18. Barkov is 4th on the team right now. Aaron Ekblad has 41 points. He has 40. But then the third highest guy, guys, is Chris Verhaeghe, has 37. Anthony Duclair has 35.
Duclair.
Duclair. Antoine London has 32. Sam Bennett's got 30. And Mackenzie Weegar has 27. And then it kind of tapers off. But Sam Bennett, you have 2 lines of players who are putting up 30 points. Like, Sam Bennett, like I said, he's got 21 goals right now. And what I was going to say is, I didn't expect this from Sam Bennett. I know. I didn't think that, when Sam Bennett got traded, I don't know about you guys, I didn't think he was going to be a potentially 30 goal scorer. I didn't think he was held back.
Sam Bennett, of course.
You really thought he was held back that much in Calgary? I didn't think he was, that's crazy to me.
Calgary's ass.
Calgary is pretty bad, I suppose. I mean, they had some playoff runs in the past few years, They've been doing all right.
Yeah, but they still suck. They were good that one time when Sam Bennett was playing good for them. And then
Giordano won the Norris.
Yeah. And then Giordano got old, and the rest of the team got bad.
Right
now,
now,
there's still goaltending.
Okay. What teams right now, like where do you guys think? Do you guys think Giordano gets moved? Because I know Ryan thinks Petrie gets moved because he said he wants it to, and I assume that the Montreal's going to try to move him. But where do you guys think they're going to go? What teams are buyers here at the deadline? Because not a lot of teams have money. So what teams are going to be able to buy?
I mean, you always got to see Boston, right? Boston could really use a solid.
This is true.
Considering, Boston's like forward is always really solid, no matter who's there.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, the defensive core is really been struggling.
Well, and
that's probably why they're not doing so hot, because their defensive core is based off of McAvoy, who's like
not ready.
Well, assuming that Seattle eats half of Giordano's contract, he could go just about anywhere. It'd be $3.5 million-ish.
What team?
And he expires this year.
The thing is, I agree with Ethan though, because I've always said this. Somehow Boston always is in on whatever top, free agent or top trade deadline target. And do you guys think that Giordano is the top deadline target this year? Do you guys think that there's someone else that's who is it then? Who's the top deadline target right now? What do you guys think?
I think Ben Sherrod, just because he's cheaper, might be a bigger target.
Is Claude Giroux?
Claude Giroux is also on the table, yeah.
I'm about to say, is Philly a serious? That's for real. They're actually thinking about trading Claude Giroux.
Yeah, and Claude Giroux said that he wants to go to Colorado. If not, Minnesota or St. Louis would be acceptable to him.
How the heck does he think he's gonna get to Colorado? What?
John Klingberg as well.
Break his clavicle.
Wait, John? You say John Klingberg is on the trading block right now?
Yes.
Yeah. So's Chychrun.
Well, the Chychrun is not it's not surprising to me. He's been playing pretty bad, but a lot of people are just blaming Arizona.
Though.
What?
See, that's crazy to me. Jacob Chychrun on the trade block. Arizona is going through a rebuild. He's 23 years old.
Yeah, they've been going for
I think it's a $4.9 million contract.
4.6 for 3 years.
All right, 4.6 for 3 years. That's an insane contract for a guy who's a solid player.
Yeah,
and he's so young.
Yeah.
If I show him it's gonna be a big word.
Even as Montreal's a seller, and I know that trading from Arizona is kind of a crapshoot. Even I'd be interested in Jacob Chychrun.
I mean, everyone should be interested in Jacob Chychrun. He's a good, solid defenseman.
Yeah,
look, I would be happy if the Leafs called on Chychrun. And the Leafs have good defense this year.
Even if they ate half that contract, which they're not going to, you still couldn't afford him.
Well, Ryan, look, okay,
I
understand the cap situation that my team has put themselves in, Ryan, but the thing you forget is we're going to win a cup. It may not be this year, it may not be next year, but by God, it's going to be before I die. I am not kicking the bucket until I see this team raising a goddamn cup and not in black and white. Don't even fucking go there.
That's the same thing. But that's the same thing.
Look, man. Look, I hope that Todd does get to see a Leafs Stanley Cup before he kicks. I really do.
Yeah.
I hope my dad does too. And you know what? There's some people who there might be some people who are diehard Leafs fans who didn't get that luxury, and I hope that this Leafs squad can at least supply me with that. Give me something to root for. And like I've always said, if they get out of the first round, they'll probably win the cup, but we never get out of the first round, so we'll never know. Do you guys, real talk, do you guys think that, theoretically, if the Leafs ever do make it out of the first round, do you think that after that they're just gonna always make it out of the first round? If they get over that hump, do you really think it's that much of a mental block? Or do you think it's just
has Washington got out of the second round?
I guess the one year that they did, they went to the final though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But have they done it since? No,
I guess not. That's fair. I guess I didn't think of it like that. That is fair. I mean, I hope that, I'm a diehard Leafs fan, so obviously I root for my team, and I hope that they make it out of the first round this year, because I don't know if I can take I don't know if my mental health can take that. I don't know if I could take another heart-wrenching loss in the first round of Game 7, man. Because it's like Ethan. Ethan, Vancouver, Game 7. He's like, they lost. Me with the Leafs. In the first round, if we hit Game 7 or Game 5 or whatever the end series game, it's over. It's over. I'm like, it's over. It doesn't matter if the Leafs are at home. It doesn't matter if we're away. The game is over. We lost. It's done. Before the puck even drops.
Yeah.
Or deal.
The Leafs are who we thought they were. That's what I'm going to be saying in the playoffs. It's going to be like, they're who we thought they were. And they're in the first round. Playoffs?
Yeah.
Don't try to tell me about playoffs.
I don't have to worry about playoffs. You know? I don't get heartbroken in the playoffs anymore.
That's Ryan this year. He's like, playoffs? Don't talk to me about playoffs. I'm just trying to win a game. I have 8 wins right now. Ryan's like, just win me a game. That's the sad thing about it. That's the sad thing about being a Habs fan right now. It's like, you know, at least when the Habs are good, you know, at least me and Ryan have good rivalry with each other. When the Habs are bad or the Leafs are bad, it's just like, yeah, like you just take it. Like Ryan now has to just take these trips. Because he's like, he can say whatever he wants about last year's playoff run. But I'm like, I know what it's like staring down the barrel of a rebuild. It's not fun. It's never fun. When you're looking down the barrel of a loaded rebuild, and you're like, this is going to suck. This is going to suck. And I had to do it for like 10, 15 years. The Leafs just never could figure it out. I hope you guys know. Ryan, if you guys get stuck in a 15-year rebuild, I might cry for you. Because, by God. Well, Ryan, the problem is you have to find the right general manager, and it took the Leafs forever to finally do it.
Well, so, here's the good news about our general manager. In, a month of being general manager, he's done something that Mark Bergevin never did, and that's trade for a first-round pick, so...
That is true. But the thing is, now he's got to, now that he's traded for that first-round pick, Ryan, he has to use the first-round pick to draft someone who is not a bum.
Yeah, you're right. But, it's a first-round pick. Just, I don't know, grab somebody decent.
Yeah, there's always potential.
Off the board, draft another Kotkaniemi.
Give me another Kotkaniemi. Bro,
Number 1, Shane Rock. It's sure pot. He's got to be.
Look.
Right this year, and then we're getting... They're going to win the lottery, get second pick. We're going to get the first pick, get Shane Wright. Because their pick's not that protected, we get their first next year. Next year, they're going to suck even worse. They're going to be bad and miss playoffs. And we're going to get the first overall pick and get Bedard, and they're going to get second overall pick and get Michkov. But because we have their pick, we get Michkov. So we get Bedard, Michkov, and Shane Wright. And we go fucking crazy.
I think Ryan's a little living off and cuckoo.
I think he's losing it, man.
I think he's in fantasy land.
Ethan can make the Flames lose. We're good.
So
just
Ryan,
be better.
Ryan,
better. And you help me out.
Ryan, as a team that's been in the lottery a lot, I can tell you, it ain't easy to win, even if you're the 1 seed. Remember that time? Remember the Connor McDavid draft? When everyone was like, I think it was the Sabres that were the 1 team that year, and everyone's like, yeah. And then the Oilers jumped up, and I was like, oh, man. I remember
2 spots.
It was the funniest thing in the world. I've told the story about me meeting Craig McTavish, but it was so funny because it's just like, I was like, man, what the hell? I was like, why are you here? Like, go draft Connor McDavid. Do your thing. But I can tell you, man, the Leafs won when we were terrible, the Matthews draft. We got the lottery pick. It could have been Columbus, and they could have taken Matthews, and we would have been stuck with Laine. So, Ryan.
It's because bitching about the draft being hard, got the first overall pick 1 year, like, motherfucker.
Yeah, we've only ever drafted first, I think, once. So, you know, we've been bad. We've just never won the lottery.
5 years ago.
Yes. So, Ryan, I'm just saying, who's the second up? Who's in the runner-up prize this year? If you don't get Shane Wright, if you guys get stuck with 2.
Savoie. We take Savoie if we don't go first.
Well, that's not even a bad pick.
It's not. It'll be not even a hometown guy. It's from Alberta, but he's French, I guess.
Well, Ryan, that's literally the criteria for players on your team.
Like, he's got a French name.
Do you speak French?
I don't even know if he's probably doesn't even speak French. He's got a French name.
So, so Montreal doing Montreal things. Martin Saint-Louis, parler le français, c'est from the Québécois.
Yeah, it's Montreal.
Yeah, exactly. So they stuck with their narrative of only drafting the French Canadiens.
Yeah.
I still find that rule hilarious and stupid, but you know what? Good for Martin St. Louis. I'm glad to have him back in the NHL.
Yeah, our two biggest playoff losses in the last 10 years been to Tampa and the Rangers. So we're like, fuck it, we're just taking our guy, Martin St. Louis.
I mean,
It's ours now.
and now he'll teach you guys, hopefully, how to do that. What he did to you guys. I've said this. The player.
St. Louis was on the Rangers when he beat us, but
to me, the player that stands to grow the most out of this or gain the most out of St. Louis being the head coach, I think could be Cole Caulfield. Honestly,
he was on that team.
Like
I was gonna actually get that point there. Earlier.
Yeah.
I think Cole Caulfield is in a really good position to grow really well. Now that St. Louis is next.
Yeah. St. Louis is like
just because
the perfect guy for him.
Absolutely, St. Louis is super small as well, and he understood. I mean, clearly his career and his stats before it.
Yeah.
But this guy is a Hall of Famer, and he'll be able to show Cole Caulfield the ropes, I think, really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So honestly, like, I know I like shit on Montreal a lot, but that's a really, really good pickup, and I'm actually really excited to see how that pans out. And you can't really judge his coaching style this year and how he does this year because the team is already down. And at the point, they're just going to kick,
Yeah.
I think next year, where it's a fresh start, you'll be able to judge him better.
Yeah. The problem is he is only our interim coach. He's not officially head coach yet. He's just going to finish out the year. If he does well, he's obviously got the job. And from what it seems, I think he's good enough to get the job next year. But we'll see how the year goes. So yeah.
I mean, I think I said this at one point earlier this year. Ryan, I know what it's like staring on the barrel of the loaded gun, but you've taken the bullet at this point. To be fair, the bandage is already on. You've accepted that your team is going to be bad. It's about
a good shot, buddy.
It's about, Ryan. Here's the thought you gotta try to live with: is there is nowhere else to go but up. You're gonna take some flack from different teams and different fans over the next few years, but don't worry, because when you get to the next point and you guys get back to being good, their teams are gonna be bad, and then the cycle just repeats itself, and that's the life of being a sports fan.
Yeah, I can take solace in the fact I'll know that we will never be as bad as the Leafs.
Well, not a lot of teams are going to contend to be as bad as us. There's like a couple other teams that have had longer playoff droughts than us and longer championship droughts than us. But we're
not anymore.
No, we don't have the longest one, I don't think. Do we? Oh wow, we have the longest. Oh yeah, okay.
As of this year.
I don't know. We didn't have the longest playoff drought. There's still teams that haven't made the playoffs or won in the playoffs either. There's some NHL teams that have just never won a Stanley Cup. People don't make fun of them as much. Florida being one of them. Everyone always just roasts the Leafs all the time. It's like, Leafs this,
I don't like
Leafs
this
that.
part. Let's move on.
Can we get a time check? See where we're at?
49 minutes.
How much longer do you guys want to go?
We can go for a little bit longer. I'm just pulling up trivia questions right now.
Oh man, I had one that I thought of. I want to try to find it because I wanted to ask you guys a trivia question.
Fair enough.
And I forgot it. I'm trying to remember. Hold on. Recent trivia question.
So I guess I'll fill the time here. The Leafs are, I believe they're
Yes.
playing. I believe we're playing tonight. Maybe not. Hold on. Are we playing that? No, we're not. We're playing on Friday against the Penguins. That'll be a good game. Tristan Jarry gets put to the test again. Jack Campbell, I'm assuming, is going to be starting. So then we play again on Saturday against the Blues again. Should be a good opponent. St. Louis has been tough this year, man. They're a scrappy team. They do what they always do, which is create a goalie out of nowhere and go on this weird Cinderella run. And then we kind of get what probably should be a gimme game against Montreal on Monday. You know, Montreal always plays the Leafs harder than they play any other team normally, so it's probably still going to be a game worth watching maybe, but I'm hoping the Leafs are probably still going to pull it out. And then we play a back-to-back, because on Tuesday we're going in facing the Blue Jackets, which they should win that game. The Jackets are the Jackets, like they always are. They'll scrap. Maybe they make it into the playoffs. They'll probably miss. They'll be a wild card team if they get in, but you never know. If the NHL ever did kind of like a play-down thing like the NBA does for like the last two teams, that might be cool, because then it would give the other wildcard teams that like have points an actual opportunity, like what's happening in the Pacific right now. Like those teams, I believe, should get a fair shake at getting one of those spots. But I guess that's why they play 82 games. I can't really say too much. We play a whole 82 game season. They have had enough time to make it in. If they were gonna make it in, they would have made it in.
I think it's still time. Really want to.
Yeah. Ethan, did you find your question?
No, I'm gonna find one.
Okay. I got a couple,
hold on.
whatever.
Okay, hold on, wait. I am on the verge of finding it.
Okay.
Okay. Just wait. Okay. Alright. Here's a good one, boys. This is
Alright.
pretty recent. And alright.
I'm about to get roasted.
In 2010, which defenseman won the Norris Trophy?
I know it was 2009.
I think wait. I'm gonna sound like an idiot. Like, oh god. Okay, I have a guess.
Give me a minute. 2010 Norris Trophy.
Yes.
Oh,
Could've
but
been him,
it could have been could have been either one of these guys.
It could have been him, but I think it was.
Like
Couple guys in my mind that like there's no way, like it might be.
oh fuck, he was still in the league back then. Shit, so it could have been him. Fuck.
I think I know who it is. Maybe.
Like my guts.
I got an answer.
I'm gonna go with my gut answer first. It's probably wrong. For some reason, my gut was saying Chris Pronger.
I will say, Josh, that was one of the two guys I was thinking maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Nicholas Lidstrom.
Yeah, that was my other guess. I also had Niedermayer too.
Correct. It was John Keith.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair. Me and Ryan, did Duncan Keith even come into your mind? Because he didn't come into mine. They won the cup that year, and we
won the 2000.
They won
the 2009.
Yeah, Subban. Right?
That is incorrect. It was Zdeno Chara who won 2009.
Subban.
Ryan's in fair.
Subban won in 2013.
What? Really?
Subban won in 2013. Yep.
Oh, okay, never mind.
What a...
So, I mean,
That's like Lidstrom did in 2011. So, yeah.
So,
Yo.
I kind of want to just ask this question, you know, just because this is kind of just an interesting hockey question more than anything. So, there in February of 2003, there was a group of 40 amateur players from Alberta who set a record for the world's longest hockey game.
Yeah.
How long did they play for?
For fuck's sakes.
I'll give you a multiple choice here. The choices are 100 hours, 40 hours, 80 hours, or 60 hours. Either way, that's a long ass fucking hockey game, man.
Hey.
40. You think
I think it's 100 hours.
100 hours.
Yeah. That's what they do now.
Yeah.
What did I just say?
100 hours, 40 hours, 80 hours, or 60 hours.
I'm gonna say 40.
I believe it was double Ethan's
60.
answer. Yes, it was 80. So this 80-hour record was set in February 16th, 2003, and it became a target for other crazies to break. And there was other players who tried. There was one game that got the original record was 62 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It was broken last year. Like a year ago tomorrow, actually.
Well, I will say the final score to this game was 650 to 628. You think that the goalies just stopped trying at that point? You're playing for
The game that was scored, the game last year, it was a charity game. Raised $1.8 million for charities in Alberta.
Okay.
The game lasted 252 hours. The score was 2,649 to 2,528.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
That isn't like 200 hours, isn't that like a week? Like, that's longer than a week, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a week and a half.
Oh my God.
And this is the same charity event that's been going on since that game, Josh.
Holy
They've been doing it every year.
man. Shout out to that group of Albertans for doing that. Good for them.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's not every year, but it's most years. That was the 7th time they've done it in in almost 20 years. So
do you guys recognize the name Glenn Hall?
yes, of course. How do you not?
So, what excuse did Mr. Glenn Hall give for missing training camp every year?
I can guess.
I want ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's fucking hilarious. This excuse is fucking stupid. Like it. It's like it's a legit thing that like someone would do, but it's just stupid. Like you wouldn't get away with using this excuse every year. At least you shouldn't.
I think I know what it is. I know what it should have been.
All right, Ethan, you got a guess?
I actually have no idea. I have no idea.
All right, Ryan, I'm curious. What do you think it was?
I don't need any training. I've played every fucking game for 8 years. Fuck you.
No, it was as simple as this. He would literally just go, I can't. I'm painting my barn. Every year. How do you get away with doing that every year? Your coach calls you. Hey, Glenn, it's Coach. I noticed you're not at training camp again. What's going on? You missing training camp? You sick? Nah, Coach. I'm painting my barn. See ya.
Okay.
That's insane. I actually didn't know that. So.
All right. So I got all-star themed questions for you guys. At least one.
All right.
Maybe we'll do a couple. So
We're gonna wait for Glenn Hall. Can I ask a question?
Oh, go ahead, buddy.
How many games in a row did Glenn Hall play to set the record for a goalie? Started in a row.
Oh God, it's a fucking crazy number, isn't it?
I sustain this is the most unbreakable record in all of sports.
Like isn't it like over 400? No, I don't want to. I feel like I just said my answer out loud. Hold on, we're gonna come up with an exact number. Okay,
You can get within if you can get close, I'll give it to you.
I got my number. What I'm going with. Ethan, you got one?
How many games in a row did Glenn Hall start to set a record?
Alright. I don't know if this is going to be right.
My number is. Oh yeah, my number is not going to be right. 564.
Okay. Ethan?
I was going to say 550.
Ethan's close, it's 502.
Oh my God. That is like nuts. That's stupid nuts.
Played every single game from between Detroit and Chicago. Played every single game from 1955 to 1962, and then played 66 more games the year after.
And you guys are out here asking trivia questions.
That was from the start of his career, by the way. Before that first 70-game season, he played a total of 8 games in the NHL. He did play a few years in the WHL. But yeah.
Here's the All-Star theme question I got. Who is the leading scorer in All-Star game competition? I have 2 questions, but this is the first one.
Time?
What, Ryan? Sorry?
For a single All-Star game or all time?
No, all time. Who is the leading scorer all time?
Well, like
I can
like
give
there's
you
an answer.
I can give you names if you want, but you know.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it. Multiple choices here.
Wayne Gretzky, Gordie Howe. I don't know why I said it like that. Gordie Howe, Mario Lemieux, or Joe Sakic. It's a tough question. It really is. All these guys, I would believe all these guys could potentially be there. You know.
I might be crazy, but I got an answer.
All right. What's up, crazy man?
Is it Joe Sakic?
Ethan?
Yeah.
It was actually Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, of course it was fun.
But you want to know what the more?
I was like, obvious.
I mean, I knew it was Wayne Gretzky. Joe Sakic, maybe.
Do you want to know what
It's
the
one of those things
I just felt like Wayne and Merritt over there threw you off.
You want to know what the most surprising thing is? I mean, Gretzky only had 25 points in 18 appearances. That's the craziest stat to me, is that it's not higher than that. It's only 25 and 18. Yeah. You know, obviously...
That's actually crazy. I thought he was like at 50-something.
But let's just say... Ryan, he played in 18 All-Star games. Think about that.
That's the thing. I thought he was kind of like a Crosby where he was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna bother.
He went every year, it seems. Like, that's crazy.
God damn.
Did Gretzky ever miss a game? Honest, like, he did, because he doesn't have the Iron Man streak, but, like, man, it must have been, like, rarely ever.
Yeah, I mean, he was just like, he had flus. Like, got the flu. He probably had injuries, but
okay,
probably not a lot.
So my last question I have for you guys. This is another All-Star themed question. It's actually about the Celebrity Hall of Fame game that was played in 2017. So in that game, which Hall of Famer put celebrity Justin Bieber into the boards?
I know it.
Damn it, I know it too.
Do you want multiple choice?
No.
Yes.
I know the
Yes, please.
I know the answer.
I'm gonna.
That's before we get. Can I say my answer before you give me multiple choice?
No.
I suppose.
Fuck, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah,
Fine.
about to say.
Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna write it down.
Okay.
I won't be a smarty pants. I don't know. I'm gonna brag that I knew it.
Want me to like turn around or something?
No.
I'm not gonna show it. I'm not gonna show it.
No. I will say, this photo to this day of this happening is one of the best photos I've ever seen in my life.
I know this.
All right,
Yes.
Ethan. Here's the multiple choice. All right, Timu Solani,
Alright.
Peter Forsberg, Rob Blake, or Chris Pronger. What's that?
It's Chris Pronger, right?
That would be correct. It was Chris Pronger. Chris Pronger absolutely crunched this man into the boards. It looked like he was like it looked personal, man. Like it wasn't just like a harmless, just like a shove. No, it seemed personal. It seemed like Kevin Hart MVP basketball level hate. Like it was like, man, like he took out a lot of hatred for a lot of people that day and put a lot of smiles on a lot of people like me in my face, because I like that guy getting crunched into the boards. It's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
But it was hilarious. But trivia is always fun. I'm struggling right now so bad to find the Brass Bonanza. All right, there we go. Fine. I hear Brass Bonanza playing. That means the show is getting to be wrapped up. We're at an hour and 4 minutes into the show. Well, everyone's back now. I finally fixed the backgrounds. Hopefully they stay like that. I don't mess it up again like I did the last time, because even like I said, I deleted like everything and I had to start off from scratch. But we gotta go. We're back. Hopefully next week will be no hitches. We might even try living this next time. Maybe we'll see. You never know. We're full of surprises here at Off the Boards. But as always, guys, I've been Josh. Over there has been Ryan, and down there is how am I? Ethan's down there. Ryan's over there. I'm Josh. together we're all off the boards. And as always, guys, like, subscribe, comment, do what you do best, and we'll see you guys next week.